So these are the bagpipes, and to be more specific, the Great Highland bagpipes. There's a lot of different types of pipes in the world. Almost every region in Europe developed its own take on bagpipes. So these were what was developed in Scotland over centuries. One of the more recognizable pipes out there just because of their influence in the British Army. This is what you'll have seen in parades or at funerals and weddings. They're quite popular. And I'll give you a little overview of how they work. Basically, you have a blowpipe that you blow into with a one-way valve at the end. So you fill up this bag as a reservoir, and then you force the air out with this elbow. And your whole aim is to keep the stream as constant as possible and the pressure as constant as possible. When you're forcing the air out, you force them out through the other pipes. These pipes that are on my shoulder are called drones, and they just produce that one long monotone note that you hear through the bass drone. So that'll produce a B flat in this case for this instrument, and then the tenor drones will produce the same note but an octave higher. Then the melody comes out of this pipe called the chanter, and there's a number of holes there. It's what we call the reed, and it's a double-bladed cane reed, much the same as an oboe reed. It has two tongues of cane. As the air passes through it, it vibrates and produces sound. And like any other woodwind, there's a bunch of holes on it, and the longer the sound has to travel down, the lower the note is. So there's 9 notes in the pipe scale, so it's a little limited in that sense, and it's also limited as an instrument because there's only one volume, fairly loud, and you can't get louder, you can't get quieter. It's just one volume all the time. So to introduce dynamics into the music, we use a lot of gracing and ornamentation, and also to separate notes because you can't stop the melody. Once you're started, it's always playing melody. So to separate the notes, you use a lot of those gracings, and that gracing and ornamentation is something that really identifies pipe music. And that ornamentation, you still see it in the fiddle music and the music we know around here and in Scotland. It's informed a lot of the stylings that we use and the ornamentation that we use on the fiddle or any instrument.
I'm Roz.
And I'm Jen of Super Duper Soup. It began about 5 years ago. It started when one friend asked me to make a bowl of soup. We were both laid off. And the next week, more friends asked for more soup. And the next thing we know,
Bing bang boom, we're working out of the Boys and Girls Club kitchen once a week doing deliveries. Did a trade show and it just went crazy from there. So we were like, we need to find our own space.
we're a small business, and when you start a small business, not really ever having been in this industry before, we had no idea what was involved.
You don't know what you don't know. Dealing with the East Coast Credit Union, it's just been so easy.
They're more than a bank. It's not every bank that knows your name. It's not every bank that comes and helps and brings you products that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, they know more than just our business. They know us and they know what we need. They're just a part of our team and they're there to help you. They want you to succeed.
They have a small business program and they get what small business is in Nova Scotia.
Community needs everything. We feel very supported by not only the East Coast Credit Union, but our community in downtown Dartmouth as well. Building the relationship with East Coast Credit Union, I just know that going forward, they'll still be there for us. They'll continue to support us, not only as customers, but bringing us new products that will help us grow and continue to survive.
Hello, Hula Dunya. Kimina Hashiv. Ceilidh. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, Fal Chodov, welcome everyone to our Wednesday night Ceilidh. We're very happy to have you here. We are inside Mackenzie Hall this evening, just because we weren't sure on the weather. But we're very happy to have a nice big crowd here in Mackenzie Hall. Just a couple of announcements. First, at the back, you'll find the washrooms out in the foyer. And you might want to go visit Barbie at some point, because she's got all kinds of refreshments, tea, coffee, and oatcakes available. And I think that's about it. Is Misha Callan Donalach. My name's Colin McDonald, and I'm your host for tonight's Ceilidh, and we have a fantastic lineup ahead. You're in for a treat. I'm going to start off with a Gaelic song, and if she is available, I know she was working the door there. She might not be available. But I was going to invite one of our workers here all the way from St. Andrews up to the stage to join me on the chorus. This is Abigail McDonald. And we make, Abigail does all kinds of things around here, and she'll be performing later on as well. So thanks for joining me. This is a milling song. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro kimagud this me visum dokagis cool mokanya krum me. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro mashe tacher out kirio kill na sudin shin. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro sound of hoodie yamakul marhilik through the doyakan. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro sket the hiner crocklum hinger gown and chili till you groom me. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro hare king samokanya girl walks on until sahona me. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro hare king samohiet ben alker my cloak is kodaki. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro hare king mokanya down. You aro hari aro happily. So a big thanks for that support from Abigail. So are you ready for some tunes? We are going to welcome two of our guests for tonight to the stage, none other than Howie McDonald and Beverly McLean. Hello.
We're going to play a few jigs to open up.
Okay.
Thanks. Included in that, those jigs were, can't remember the name of the first one. Jennifer's Jig by me. Beverly wrote the second one. Is that still nameless? The Nameless Jig. No name brand. Anyway, Down the Tunic Road, and an old jig Buddy McMaster used to play. And now we'll try the Connoisseur in the key of A. I think then Huey McCackern introduced this tune into the Cape Breton repertoire back in the 50s. try a few clogs in G and a couple Irish tunes, including the Dublin Porter and Arthur Muse's Reel and all that. So here we go.
Let's hear it for Howie McDonald and Beverly McLean. And we'll hear some more from Howie and Beverly a little later on. Next up, would like to welcome to the stage our duty piper here at College Tinnagallic. He is also a member of the CBU Pipe Band and one of our Nagashkik Aka alumni as well, our youth mentorship program. So please welcome to the stage, Cameron McNeil.
So I just opened with a Strasberry reel set, ending with a Ryan J. McNeil tune called The Girls in Boysdale. And now I'm going to play some jigs, starting with an Angus Mackenzie tune called Ronald Mackenzie of Milton and Matt.
That was Cameron McNeil on the pipes. How did you enjoy that? And I'm going to have to embarrass Cameron just a little bit and let you know that it's his birthday today. He's 17 years old. he had a choice of anything that he could do on his birthday, and he chose to be here. So thank you very much, Cameron. Awesome tunes. I also wanted to take just a brief moment to mention our youth mentorship program that Cameron participated in. It's called Nagashki Gaga, the Young Heroes, and actually it's open to all Nova Scotians aged 10 to 16 who have an interest in Gaelic language and culture. And the program focuses on a number of different things, Gaelic immersion being a big one, cultural learning, we learn a bit of the history of the Gaels, and you also get a mentor to work with during the program. So we're still accepting applications for what will be our 10th run of the program beginning this September, and the deadline is August 15th. So if anybody's listening online or know of anybody who might be a good candidate, you can check out our website, gaeliccollege.edu, or just our Facebook page. You'll see a post on Nagashki on there. So moving right along, we're going to welcome another guest to the stage for some songs this time. And I think he's near, yes, he is nearby, that's great. So without further ado, please welcome Andrew Doyle.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey.
I know it's warm, I know it's humid, I know it's sunny, but it's not taxed yet. So, it's beautiful and I don't have to shovel it. I'm loving it. But it does wreak havoc on wooden instruments. On paper, toasting looks great until you have to start tuning it, and all of a sudden you're like, what was I thinking? I'll start this off with a song. It's my 4-year-old's favorite song. Well, inch by inch and row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch and row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. I feel the need to grow my own because the time's close at hand. Rainfall, rain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's shade. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. And inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant a row straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. An old crow watching hungrily, perched upon yonder tree. in my garden I must freeze that fed thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. And inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. And inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. And inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes tumbling down. Thank you. I do a lot of work with, or this I used to before COVID, do a lot of work with guys in the Canadian Forces between the Cape Breton Highlanders and whatnot, and they would always ask for certain specific tunes, and there was a couple of guys in the Navy that were there one night, and of course they're back and forth at each other, which was a lot of fun to watch both branches kind of have at each other, making fun of it, and all jokes coming out. But the Navy guys loved this tune, and they always asked me to play it for them. So it's an old Celtic tune. Not sure who originally did it. The version I have is from Ginty. I'm going to go with that. So it's let's try this key. When I was just a lad, a sailor's life is very hard, the food is always bad. So now I'm in the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war, and now I find a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Hey! Well, the killing of our mast, he says we have it solved. It was a long night in his day when he was up the loft. We like our bunch of sleeping bags, but what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deck bed or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Hey! Well, they gave us an engine, the first went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We now steam and diesel, but who can afford that anymore? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Hey! Well, they gave us an office time so we can do it right. They gave us a radio, a signal day and night. Doot, doot. We know where goes the ciphers. Well, what's a signal for? A bunting doesn't a bunting anymore. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. 2 cans of beer a day and that's your bleeding lot. But now we have an extra one because we popped the top. So we'll put on our city clothes and find a pub ashore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast, and if you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your skis ready for another run ashore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. to play for you one of my favorite East Coast tunes. One of my personal favorites. I heard this song for the first time when I was at Ceilidh University. I heard, so there's any ex-grads here besides me? Anyone? I got a couple, yes. Well, I'm not wearing my ring tonight, but you know. I do have it though, home on the shelf, don't worry, it's there. A buddy of mine, it's by a band from Newfoundland, and a friend of mine came in and he had this a CD that he had made. It was all of his favorite tunes from Newfoundland. And the first time I heard this, I knew I was going to love it because of the story behind it. And there are so many songs that when you look at the East Coast, they have these beautiful stories behind them of love and loss and tragedy and happiness and everything you can imagine. This is not one of those. This is basically a drinking song. But here's why I knew I was going to love it. Because any song that starts with the line, I woke up this morning, arse up on the floor. They had me from that moment, right? So I said, I gotta hear what this is all about. So if you woke up after having a party at your place and your house was wrecked, and you walked from room to room, and you wrote down all the stuff you said, okay, yeah, okay, right on. Well, that would be this song, essentially. This is by a man from Newfoundland called Fine Crowd. I'm not sure when this song originally came out, but it was quite a while back. Like I said, it was about 25 years ago when I first heard it. So, and the song is so aptly named, Clean Up After the Time. So I hope you like it as much as I did when I first heard it. So. When I woke up this morning, arse up on the floor, and I opened my eyes, there were beer cans galore. And my head, oh, she pounded, my whole body shook. I nearly got sick when I got up to look at the burns in the canvas, the holes in the mat. Sure, there was ne'er a window where one should be at. And there was beer in the dish, was left out for the cat. But oh, what a wonderful time. So you grab the dustpan and I'll grab the mop. And you clean the bottom while I clean the top. Oh, let's break out the last toil and tear up some rag to clean up after the time. And I went to the kitchen to grab me a drink, and there were dishes all rotten piled up in the sink. And there was half bowls of moose stew strewn over the place, and sure half-eaten cold plates took up all the space. There was unopened homebrew still left from the tear, 3 odd pairs of shoes and some strange underwear. And the accordion lies smoldering broke in the chair. But oh, what a wonderful time. So you grab the dustpan and I'll grab the mop. And you clean the bottom while I clean the top. Oh, let's break out the last toil and tear up some rag to clean up after the time. But I went to the bathroom to grab me a scrub, and we were all out of our swipes, still beer in the tub. Well, the toilet was blocked up and filled to the brim, and sure blue bottle flies had lined up for a swim. And well, the mirror it was broken, the shower curtain tore, and I don't think 'twas water that wetted the floor. And the non-patient knocker left holes in me door. But oh, what a wonderful time. So you grab the dustpan and I'll grab the mop. And you clean the bottom while I clean the top. Oh, let's break out the last toil and tear up some rag to clean up after the time. So you grab the dustpan and I'll grab the mop. And you clean the bottom while I clean the top. Oh, let's break out the last toil and tear up some rag to clean up after the time. Thank you. A little fine crowd there. How many of us have been in that position before? Like in the kitchen, there's dishes everywhere, there's unopened beer over there, there's cold plates that are all strewn about the place, and the accordion's broke over in your favorite rocking chair. You go to the bathroom, and well, we've all heard that image, I don't have to recreate it for you, you know what I mean? So, always a good time. It's a song by a guy from PEI by the name of Lenny Gallant. One of my favorites. This would be the opposite of what I just sang. This would be one of those songs where you sit down with one of the best songwriters in the East Coast and paints a beautiful picture with the language. That would be this right here. So it's a song called Peter's Tree. I still get up before the day breaks, and I still walk down to the shore. Now it's the sunrise from the eastern ocean, but I don't sail to meet it anymore. And how could they have let this happen? We saw it coming years ago. The greedy ships kept getting bigger and bigger, and so I told them where to go. Last night I dreamed that I was sailing out on the Sea of Galilee. We cast our nets upon the waters, and Jesus pulled them in with me. Where am I gonna go now? What about this boat I own? What about the soul piano? What about my father's bones? Last night I dreamed that I was sailing out on the Sea of Galilee. We cast our nets upon the waters, and Jesus pulled them in with me. Oh yeah, he pulled them in with me. Someone sang an old sea shanty, then Neely told a mainland joke, then Kelly cursed and swore until his voice gave out, and then he asked me for a smoke. Then he took his father's shotgun, walked to the harbor through the town. He fired 14 times, oh, carry one up. Then we all watched that boat go down. Last night I dreamed that I was sailing out on the Sea of Galilee. We cast our nets upon the waters, and Jesus pulled them in with me. Oh, last night I dreamed that I was sailing out on the Sea of Galilee. We cast our nets upon the waters, Jesus pulled them in with me. Oh yeah, he pulled them in with me. I still get up before the day breaks, and I still walk down to the shore. Now it's the sunrise from the eastern ocean, but I don't sail to meet it anymore. Thank you very much. Just trying to follow the time, man. I got time for one more, I think. Is that where I'm at? Yeah, cool. So we covered Newfoundland, we covered PEI, and now we'll cover Cape Breton. That's where we are, right? So I suppose technically you could say, if you really wanted to get into it, we covered Cape Breton the whole time because Cape Breton was singing it, but you know, that's trying to make it technical a bit, all that stuff. So this is one of mine. I wrote this one. This was off my my second album called The Price, which you coincidentally can get on iTunes if you're so interested. And I wrote this song, one of the rare songs that I wrote in one sitting. I actually sat down and just wrote it out in my head. I'm driving home from a show, and I got home and started writing it all out and touched it up a little bit, and out came this song. And the premise is kind of like this. And the last 2 years have kind of brought things back into focus because it's been such a crazy year for entertainers, like crazy 2 years for entertainers like myself. But and the song is called Beautiful Day. And the catch of the song is I hope it's not too late to have a beautiful day. And the whole idea was when I wrote this, which was quite a while ago, I remember one morning I got up and like in the first hour of me getting up after playing the night before, like the first call was in Revenue Canada, which was always fun, you know, especially for an entertainer in tax season. And then the next it was bad news from a friend of mine who had gotten really sick, and then everything just kept piling on. It was coming in the late spring, and it was a beautiful day, and I remember my girlfriend and wife now, but girlfriend at the time, we walked outside, it was a beautiful sunny day, and I remember we were going for coffee, and I said, I'm not letting all of this tear me down, like I'm going to try my best to be positive today. And I always try to start the day with that. It's something I try to pass on to my kids, and it's been something that's been really big, trying to hang on to for the last couple of years, so. And for those who are interested, if you ever use the expression with someone like Revenue Canada, if you don't leave me alone, then I'm putting your name back in the hat with the rest of the bill collectors until next month, they don't see the humor in that statement. Don't do it. You'll get it. This song called Beautiful Day. Thank you so much for having me, folks. My name is Andrew Doyle. Be good to yourselves and enjoy the rest of the show coming out. Well, your name's back in the hat till the end of next month. See, I don't have enough to give you right now, besides you're asking for too much. It's the early morning crisis you have to endure. You don't want to get up, but you gotta face more. You're pounding back the last hit pride. Sometimes you have to take it all in stride. It's just one of these days for me to make my way through this wonderful life. And I'm trying real hard not to show my cards when reality bites. And I hope it's not too late to have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Man, I strolled out at dinner time with the sun on my face. Cup of coffee in my hand, not a dime to my name, but I'm in the right place. And I'm gonna spend the rest of my life living on someone else's dime. It's just one of these days for me to make my way through this wonderful life. And I'm trying real hard not to show my cards when reality bites. And I hope it's not too late to have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. And I lost my way, but you know that I'm gonna get it back again. And I'll blur these lines till I'm crossing the border of hope again. I'll see this through to the end. And it's time to begin, 'cause it's just one of these days for me to make my way through this wonderful life. And I'm trying real hard not to show my cards when reality bites. I hope it's not too late to have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. Try to make my way in this beautiful day. Thank you very much, folks. Enjoy the rest of the show. We'll see you in a bit.
One more round of applause for Andrew Doyle. Beautiful. How's everybody doing? Are you getting warm? That's part of it tonight. We don't have to deal with the flies, but it might be a little bit warm. Anyway, we hope you're enjoying yourselves. Once again, washrooms are found at the back of the hall in the foyer. Refreshments, you can go visit Barbie for tea, coffee, oatcakes, and other cold refreshments. And we're going to invite Howie and Beverly back up for some more tunes. How does that sound?
That was great. Thanks, Andrew. Wonderful, wonderful. And Cameron, I think he played Tullogorum on the pipes there, if I'm not mistaken, which is a feat. More than one.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Anyway, let's try Faded Love. Something a little bit laid back.
Bow, 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 bow.
You want to come up?
Okay, yeah.
We never play that tune the same way once. Try a couple of jigs on A. you, everybody.
I just got carried away there.
You're supposed to shoot the arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Kelma Avashin, that was some great music from Howie and Beverly. And next up, we're going to welcome someone who's been working here for summers for a number of years. Also an alumni of our mentorship program, the Gashki Gaga. She's a Gaelic speaker, multi-talented musician. She plays fiddle, piano, but we're going to hear some songs from her, and she has her guitar. So please welcome Abigail McDonald.
Gemida Hashabanish. How's everyone now? Good. Gemid. Plug this in. Is it muted?
No, you're good.
I can put it in?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was wrong.
Okay. I did that last week too.
No, that was my fault this time.
I'm just gonna try a Gaelic song called Sanedin Shah Aye to him. Is that coming through? Maybe a little more.
Okay.
Sanedin Shah Aye Ar Ceilidh Arach Sanyan Shah Tarik Shah Heva Sar Jawed Handir Keshtiye Koei Monabi Againi Shtakaku Hashin Doyle Hainin Saraniye Moskelin Toshko Satisfied. maybe I'll try Out on the Myra, and I'm sure many of you know the chorus, so please sing along. Out on the Myra, warm afternoons, old men go fishing with buckline and spoon, and if they catch nothing, they never complain. How I wish I was with them again. As boys on their boats called to girls on shore, teasing the ones that they dearly adore. And into the evening, the courting begins. How I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? Oh, I'll trade you 10 of your cities for a Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Out on the Myra on soft summer nights, the bonfires blaze to the children's delight. They dance round the flames, singing songs with their friends. How I wish I was with them again. And over the ashes, the stories are told of witches and werewolves and oak and gold. Stars on the river face sparkle and spin. How I wish I was with them again. Can you imagine a piece of the universe more fit for princes and kings? Oh, I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings. Out on the Myra, the people are kind. They'll treat you to homebrew and help you unwind. And if you come broken, you see that you mend. How I wish I was with them again. And now I'll conclude with I wish you go well. Sweet be your dreams and your happiness swells. Oh, I'll leave you here for my journey begins. I'm going to be with them again.
Papalet Gamor, thank you very much, Abigail. Beautiful songs. I wanted to mention that next week we don't have students. Well, this week we don't have students in, but next week we return. It'll be adult session 1. So we bring the adults in August. So for the next 2 weeks there'll be adults here, 18 and over, taking all of our different disciplines. And we're back to kind of our regular summer Ceilidhs, where we have a big, well, basically we're featuring our instructors. So just to name a few of who will be playing the Ceilidh next week, we have Kathy Ann McPhee, Dara Smith McDonald, Adam Young, Alistair White, Katie McNally, Lawrence Cameron, Shawnee McIntyre, Harvey Beaton, Dominique Dodge, and Brian Doyle. And that's not everybody. So it's a big crew, and we should be back out, if the weather is fair, we'll be back out on the outdoor stage. Bring your fly dope and your sunscreen. And yeah, with that, Hamindachas can dechort and Ceilidh Rui-Vula. I hope you all enjoyed the Ceilidh. A big thanks to all of our performers. We're going to welcome them back for one more number. And this will be our final number. We'll just take a moment to get organized. Hope you all have a great night. Like you, Ali.
Oh, the red, he must have turned the red knob on it.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Carl. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Beverly. We're going to end off with a tune called Sheehan's Reel and Mrs. McLeod of Rossay. Thank you.